Good afternoon, Nigerians. I am Natasha Akpoti, the Kogi State gubernatorial candidate to the 2019 elections. It's an honor to be connected with you and to be given a chance to clarify some issues that came up during the face-off between Mr. Reno Omokri and myself. I did lay some accusations against him of being flirtatious towards me at the May 2014 state banquet dinner held in honor of President Uhuru Kenyatta, which of course led to the signing of the bilateral agreement between Kenya and Nigeria. Now, Mr. Reno Omokri debunked my accusation, saying that he wasn't even in the country on that day. He went as far as saying he wasn't in Nigeria for the whole of May and the better part of June. And he went forth to put out pages of his international passport, especially those that contained stamps, which he leans on to bolster his claim. So according to his post, he said, I might have seen his ghost, and his ghost might have been the one that made the advances towards me. But you see, my fellow Nigerians, I'm here to let Mr. Reno Omokri know that we are not as gullible and as stupid as he thinks we are. And I would like to call on the expertise of the Nigerian immigration officers to kindly join in clarifying the stamps in his passport. I have made a printout of his passport page, as you can see. I hope it's clear enough. This is his biodata page, and here is the page with the 3 stamps. Now, Mr. Reno said that he left Nigeria on the 28th of April 2014 and returned on the 23rd of June 2014. Many people believed what he said. Should I say, few people believed what he said. Because indeed, there is a stamp showing 23rd of June 2014. But if you are a traveler and you have traveled outside Nigeria, you realize that there are 2 stamps that the Nigerian immigration usually issues. One is that which is stamped for travelers leaving Nigeria, which has the SOD, meaning seen on departure. And the other stamp, which is issued for travelers arriving in Nigeria, and it has the SOA stamp, which is seen on arrival. So let's see what stamp Mr. Reno Omokri's, what date Mr. Reno Omokri's stamp of the 23rd of June has. What does it carry? On top here, you will see SOD, which means on the 23rd of June 2014, Mr. Reno Omokri departed Nigeria. He traveled out of Nigeria. Mr. Reno Omokri did not arrive Nigeria on the 23rd of June. He left Nigeria. The upper stamp you see here is 23rd of July 2014, and it has SOA, which means seen on arrival. It means Mr. Reno Omokri was in Nigeria on the 23rd, in Nigeria on the 22nd, in Nigeria a week before, a month before. And that means Mr. Reno Omokri was present in May at the dinner, because I know I saw him, and he only traveled outside the shores of Nigeria on the 23rd of June 2014 because it was stamped SOD, seen on departure. He spent a month on holiday and then returned to the country on the 23rd of July. It's here. The immigration officers would not be stupid enough to make a silly mistake and swap the stamps. Now also you might ask, what about the April 28 American stamp, which he says proves his entry? Now this is actually a parole stamp, which can stand as a parole visa. Now this is not a regular stamp that is given to visitors who are entering the United States of America. A parole visa, which your Google search can help you, is given to people who are on the watch list, sometimes people who are on the terrorist list, people who are not visitors, who are not free, who don't have the liberty to stay in America without being monitored closely by the immigration officers and police. That is when they are issued the parole visa. I don't know what offenses Mr. Reno Omokri might have committed there, but this parole visa, even though it's a 2-year visa, 2-year stamp, even though it holds April 28, 2014, valid till 16 July 2016, it doesn't mean he stayed there that long. It doesn't mean that he stayed there for 1 month or 2 months. It could mean that he entered America, spent 1 day, spent 2 days, however it is. He definitely returned to Nigeria for him liberty to stay in America without being monitored closely by the immigration officers and police. That is when they are issued the parole visa. I don't know what offenses Mr. Reno Omokri might have committed there, but this parole visa, even though it's a 2-year visa, 2-year stamp, even though it holds April 28, 2014, valid till 16 July 2016, it doesn't mean he stayed there that long. It doesn't mean that he stayed there for 1 month or 2 months. It could mean that he entered America, spent 1 day, spent 2 days, however it is. He definitely returned to Nigeria for him to have been able to travel on the 23rd of June. But what Mr. Reno Omokri has not shown Nigerians is his arrival stamp into Nigeria after this visit of April 28. He refused to show us that stamp, which is possibly on other pages in his passport, or it could either be in his diplomatic passport, his official passport, because most government officials actually have either the blue or the red passport. So Mr. Reno Omokri, I am telling you now that you were in Nigeria at the state banquet dinner. That was such an August event, and you were the head of new media for Mr. President. There is no way you would have missed that gracious event. You were there, and you were in the country, because that is what your stamp says. It's here, 23rd of June. You were stamped in, and you can actually see the arrow. Now, it is not possible. Time moves ahead. We don't go back in time for you to say, okay, you left Nigeria on the 23rd of June 2014 and arrived America April 28. It's not possible. We don't go back in time. We move ahead. So what you need to do, Mr. Reno Omokri, if you want to convince Nigerians, is provide the stamp, the immigration stamp, that is between April 28 and 23rd of June 2014 to prove that you actually entered, spent time, and departed. You can even see the arrow going out of the box, which shows the traveler leaving Nigeria, and in all seen on arrival, the arrow, comes in. So I hope I've been able to draw your attention to the misconception in Mr. Reno Omokri's post stating that he was not in the country and that I was just I only created this accusations to smear his image.
I did a video after one Natasha Akpoti made some false allegations against me. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that before I did that video, I talked to my lawyer. The first person I called Chief Mike Ozekome-san. Now, he's my official lawyer. However, he told me, oh, Reno, I can't do this case because in 2019, I was Natasha Akpoti's lawyer at the Election Petition Tribunal when she sued Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi. So I called another lawyer, and the lawyer saw the evidence and says, wow, this woman is finished. And then I was enthusiastic. I was going to release all the evidence. And he told me, no, don't do that. You see, she claims that you made a pass at her during a state banquet for Uhuru Kenyatta. If you release all this evidence that shows unequivocally that you were not in Nigeria, she's going to lie and she will say, oh, I made a mistake, it was at another event. What you have to do, Reno, is release only a bit of the evidence, but give her wiggle room whereby she can point to some defects and say, it's not correct, you are lying. So I had all the evidence ready. So instead of publishing everything, I only published just one page of my passport stamp and the biodata page, giving the impression that though I left Nigeria on April 28, 2014, that I returned, and then you see the stamp there, and that stamp, that stamp, you just see the stamp there, it was there, to fool her. Well, she fell for my lawyer's trap, and today, about an hour ago, she went on her Facebook page and then she implicated herself seriously. So now we are going to release more evidence. I'm going to now show the second passport stamp, which is on another page, which I did not expose yesterday, which you will see it is a stamp on arrival at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. And you see there, you can see that stamp. It's going to show up on the screen. Now, I am probably the number one opponent, critic of the Buhari administration. So if I'm lying, I expect the Buhari administration to go and expose me. If I'm lying, they are the ones sponsoring the Natasha Akpoti. We have evidence to that effect. So if I'm lying or if I'm not true, let them go and expose me. And not only that, when this case gets to court, if it gets to court, we have a statement from British Airways, because I flew British Airways from Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport to London Heathrow, and I did a stopover, and then from London Heathrow to San Francisco, and then on my way back. So throughout the days, Uhuru Kenyatta was in Nigeria from May 4, 2014 to May 7, 2014. Throughout those days, I was not in Nigeria. So this girl said I made a pass at her during that event. How could I have made a pass at her in Nigeria when I was in San Francisco? You can see that this girl is a blackmailer. This girl is a liar. And the people of Kogi, is this the kind of character that wanted to be your governor? This dishonest character? The evidence is there, it's unimpeachable. Any newspaper house, radio station, media house, whatever that wants to come and look at it, I will provide the passport, I will give you the passport. It is there. A clear conscience fears no accusation. The truth should not be defended. You just unleash it. My name is Reno Omokri. Thank you for watching. God bless you.